It's hard to remember all of them, honestly, but going for that short little ride, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to have her back on the farm. Good afternoon, farm friends. Some of you may have watched my live a few days ago, and I introduced to you this beautiful mare right here, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about her. We're gonna get to know her, brush her off, put a saddle on, see how she acts. But right now she's just acting cool as a cucumber. So good to have her back on the farm. Okay, so this mare is from the Apache reservation originally, and one of our followers actually reached out and asked if I'd be interested in trading a younger horse that we had at the time for her. And I wish I remembered their names, because hopefully they're still watching our channel and see this and maybe reach out, just because I'd like to say hi. And also I think it's exciting that she's back on the farm. But it's what happened is my farrier, Ray Sosi, and his family wanted a horse for the grandkids. So Ray and Emma wanted to get this horse for their grandkids, and they got her, and they've provided her a beautiful, wonderful life out on the Navajo reservation. And you can tell she's been eating well and doing well. She was in foal when they took her, and she had a beautiful baby. Or you know what? I think I'm saying that wrong. I think they bred her to their stallion, honestly. And she just weaned a baby that was 6 months old, and yet she's in good flesh. She does look a little fat to me, so I'm wondering if it's just a broodmare belly, or if somehow she got exposed to another stallion. They really don't think she's in foal, but to me she looks like she has a baby belly. But we won't know that unless we wait for a while or get her ultrasound before long. But they got her and they took her out there, and their grandsons loved her. But as the grandsons started getting to be older, teenage boys want a little faster and younger horse to start roping. So they decided, you know what, Alan, would you want to take Apache back? And would you want to buy her? Or they actually wanted a bunch of my goats. So I said, well, let's do a trade. So anyway, they got a bunch of goats, and I got beautiful Apache girl back. And I'm super excited. Not sure what I'm gonna do, but right now I'm just gonna enjoy brushing her off, putting a saddle on her, and maybe just seeing how she does. She's older than 10, but I don't know how old she is exactly. I've tried to figure that out, and I'm not real good. But doesn't she just have this beautiful red? She's a red dun. You can see the red highlights. She also has some white in there, so it's almost like she's a red dun roan. She has a little bit of frosting over her butt here, but she's just a beautiful girl, and I'm excited to have her here. We're in no hurry to find her another good home. We're just gonna enjoy having her here for a while. So come with me, and we're just gonna brush her off and put a saddle on her and see what we think. She is so chill. She's just as relaxed as can be. Those of you that watched the live, I explained some of her bumps and bruises. She's a mare with some wear and tear on her, but she's just a sweet horse, and we're excited to have her around. And to me, it's like this old ranch truck, you know. Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's missing the rubber guard under there. I forget oh, that's what it was. I was driving with a horse trailer on, and a deer ran out in front of me, and I couldn't swerve, and I hit the deer, and it broke my plastic fender, but luckily it didn't. I felt bad for the deer, but luckily it didn't do more damage to my truck. But just like my truck's got some dings, and an old ranch truck is so nice because, you know, things are gonna happen, and just like I'm missing stuff here, but she's got her own bumps and bruises. The biggest thing would be her eye. I don't know if you can see that blue spot in her eye. She had that when she went to raise, so she had that when I got her. She does act like she can see out of it. It's like she got something in there years ago, and it kind of healed around it, but caused some discoloration. She's got this really noticeable scar right there, but again, that's just cosmetic. She does have some bot eggs. You can see these those yellow things right there, those are bot eggs. So when they itch themselves with their mouth, they'll ingest bot eggs, and then they hatch, and they end up having worms. So we will get her dewormed. I saw Dave Hoffman, Cowboy Hiker, was showing a cool knife that kind of, you can scrape the bot eggs off. So I need to look into that. But I found if you'll deworm them not just once, but then wait a few weeks and do it again, you kill not only the worms that are inside, but whatever larvae or eggs end up getting inside of them. Something else I wanted to show you, which I thought was super interesting. Oh, there was one other thing. You tell me, is this a scar or just a dimple? It's a very pronounced dimple, but I've seen horses with those dimples before in their neck, and she's got a couple of them, but I don't think it's a scar. I think it's just a dimple. It definitely doesn't seem to bother her. But we've had lots of questions on our channel before. What about wild horses? Why do their hooves not get really long and out of control? Well, I thought Ray had trimmed her up before she came, and I said, well, thanks for trimming her up. He said, I didn't trim her up. She's just been running out in the rocks and the sand on the Navajo reservation. And you would think she'd been trimmed by a farrier. So that's how God takes care of it. Humans oftentimes put a horse in a corral and soft manure where they don't walk much, they don't go up hills and down hills and through sand and over rocks, and so the hooves start getting longer and longer, and when man messes with it, it kind of messes it up, but God's got his way of taking care of it naturally. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a saddle on her and just see how she does. I'm not nervous about it, but I like to always be cautious, and so I'm just taking things slow. But I think I'm gonna hop on her and just see how she does. nothing seems to faze her. She's just being amazing. So I'm gonna put a bridle on her and just try her out. Well guys, she's doing amazing. I had forgot how nice she was. This is awesome to have her back on the farm. Like I say, we're in no hurry to find her a new home. We're just gonna enjoy having her here for a while. So I hope you've enjoyed getting to know her a little bit. And hopefully we'll be able to go on some rides and take you along with Apache girl here. I don't know what to call her. Should we call her Apache? Like they've been, that's what we originally called her. That's what Ray's called her. But I don't know, Apache girl, I like that, but that's kind of long. Call her AG, Apache girl. But anyway, she's a beautiful horse, and this has been a fun day. Thanks for coming along, guys. Guys, she did amazing. And honestly, I had forgotten how nice she was because we helped so many horses go to forever homes that it's hard to remember all of them, honestly. But going for that short little ride, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to have her back on the farm. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for coming along. And tell me if we had to change Apache girl's name, but she sure is a pretty girl.